part of a trip that I'm taking where I was in Germany last week and also went to Paris and in London. Right now is a pretty exciting time for Facebook in Europe because in a lot of countries like Spain and France and Italy, Facebook is kind of at this tipping point where we've seen that in a lot of different countries, it can reach 30 or 40 or, in at least one example, 50% of the online population can be using the site. Okay, the light is really bright. But we're at a point now in some of these countries where it's still around maybe 7 or 8% of the population is on Facebook, but it's just growing really quickly. So there's this inflection point that's happening, and I wouldn't be surprised if I came back a year or two from now and it was twice or 3 times as many people on as there are now. So it's just a really exciting time to have a chance to come here and connect with a lot of people who are using Facebook in interesting ways. People who are developing on top of it. So thanks for having me. In 2008, the primary focus for Facebook has just been spreading internationally, right? So at Facebook, our mission is basically, it's to help people share information. And the idea is that if everyone shares information about themselves and what they're thinking and doing, then that'll make the world more open, and it'll make it so that you can look up someone and see what's going on with them and just understand them a little bit better. And, the idea is that that's a really good thing. So when I started in my dorm room at Harvard about 4 years ago, and since then I've just been adding stuff to it and helping spread it across the world. So we built a bunch of different applications, things like photos, groups, notes, events, different ways that people could share information about different things. And in 2007, we launched Facebook Platform. And the reason for that was we realized that there was no way that we could ever build all the different applications and ways for sharing information that people would want to have, that could possibly exist. So by building a platform, we've now created this large community across the world of more than 400,000 developers who are each building products and businesses that people use to help share information and fulfill this mission that we have. So a big part of what we've done this year is just kind of spread internationally. We did this by translating the site into all these local languages. Actually, we didn't do that. People did it. Spanish was the first language that we opened for translation, and users translated themselves. So there's more than 300,000 different words on the site, so it's pretty intense language. But folks who use the site, who are Spanish users of the site, translated the site into Spanish in less than 2 weeks. And since that, we've just had tremendous growth in a lot of parts of Latin America. Spain has really picked up, and it just started spreading a lot. So that kind of brings us to where we are today, where the site's available in more than 20 different languages. There are 60 more that are currently being translated by people. There are currently more than 100 million people across the world who are using Facebook. So when you guys build applications, that's the potential audience that you can reach. And that's kind of just what we've been working on. So in terms of platform, the next evolution that I want to talk about, and something that I've heard you guys talking about a bit, is Facebook Connect. Right, so we started off with Facebook Platform, which basically made it so that people could build applications inside Facebook. And the goal was to make it so that other developers can build all the same types of applications that we could inside Facebook, right? So access to the same types of things like boxes, feeds, things like that, not access to people's information. With Facebook Connect, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it so that people can now build all the same kinds of applications that they could build in Facebook, now outside of Facebook, on the web or on mobile phones or into software or whatever else they want to do. So that's kind of the really big picture of what we're trying to do. And there are a few different things that I just want to highlight just very quickly, and then just probably take questions. So the way we're rolling out Facebook Connect is we're starting off with a few partners, just to make sure that everything works the way that we want it to, and that users are comfortable sharing their information using Facebook.